Quality standard of milk, making sure our equipment is all well taken care of, make sure that those animals are housed and cared for appropriately. They continue to push us with their standards to make sure that it just gets better and better.
Going through a 5-3 loss to the Kamloops Blazers here tonight. Tough one for the Warriors, as just didn't have it. It seemed like every time Warriors got some momentum, Kamloops was able to find a way to steal that momentum back, and they take the 5-3 win over the Moose Jaw Warriors, ending their 6-game losing streak. It's the only win for them on their East Division road trip, so it's going to be a happy bus ride back for the players that are going back to Kelowna. The other ones that are sticking around, it'll be a happy way to go into the break for Kamloops. For the Warriors, this is their 5th straight loss. They'll now look to try to get off the schneid when they head to Brandon coming up tomorrow to wrap up the first half there against the Wheat Kings. So tough one for the Warriors here tonight. We have plenty to go over here on the post-game show here on IKS Media Warriors Live. We'll hopefully hear from Warriors head coach Mark O'Leary in just a little bit. We also have your out-of-town scoreboard still to come. The Connexus Save of the Night and 3 stars, but we will start with the game scoring summary, and it was a back and forth game throughout, but it was just a couple of extra ones for the Blazers that gave them the victory. Kamloops took a 1-0 lead, 8-11 into the hockey game, with Kai Matthews scored on the power play, his 2nd of the season. Atlee Calvert followed that up about 3 minutes later with his 19th of the season from Kalen Parker and Jagger Furcus, and sent the game into the first intermission tied at 1. Then in the second period, it was the Kamloops Blazers who found their groove and were able to kind of control the game in that second period and really take it to the Warriors. Outshot Moose Jaw 18-10 in that frame. Ashton Furster gets his 5th of the season at 3:33. That made it 2-1. Then Jordan Keller gets his 9th of the season at 11:01, making it a 3-1 game for the Kamloops Blazers through 40 minutes. Warriors would get within 1. Just a minute 26 in to the third period. A power play goal from Atlee Calvert, his 20th of the season, from Martin Ryasabi and Jagger Furcus. That made it a 1-goal game. But midway through the period, Ashton Furster gets his 6th of the season, 2nd of the night at 10:23. Power play goal for the Blazers, and that ended up being the game winner. A couple minutes later, Pavel McKenzie gets his 7th of the season, pulling the Warriors back within 1, but wouldn't be able to get that tying goal despite some good pressure over the final few minutes with the goalie pulled. Kamloops does put one into an empty net. Sean Van Olm with his 10th of the season into an empty net with about 8 seconds to go, sealing the victory for the Blazers here in this one tonight. So Warriors will look to bounce back now when they head to Brandon to finish up the first half of the regular season coming up on tomorrow night in Brandon. Shots on goal in this game, 45-42 in favor of the Blazers, 17-15 for the Warriors in that third period, but Kamloops coming away with the shot advantage in this one. Power plays, 1 for 2 for Moose Jaw on the night, 2 for 3 for the Blazers. It should be 2 for 4, I do believe, on the night for the Blazers. Yeah, they had 4 power plays. It's only showing 3 on the website, but it was 2 for 4 for them here in this one. So Warriors fall 5-3 to the Kamloops Blazers here tonight. A tough loss tight battle throughout, but tough one for the Warriors here in this one. Let's take a look at your 3 stars of the hockey game. Your third star, Sean Van Ohm, got the empty netter to seal the win. He had a goal and 3 points in the hockey game. He is your third star of the night. Second star goes to Atlee Calvert, the Moose Jaw product, got 2 goals, 19th and 20th of the season. He was a big part of why the Warriors were in this game throughout. He played a strong game, and he is your second star. And Ashton Furster with his 2 goals and 3 points on the night. He is your first star of the hockey game, +3 for Furster here in this one. He played a really strong game from start to finish, and he takes first star honors for the Shelbrook, Saskatchewan product. So in his home province, gets the first star honors here to finish up the road trip for the Kamloops Blazers. So Kamloops takes the 5-3 win. It was a 42 save performance for Dimitri Fortin. 40 save performance for the Warriors' 17-year-old netminder. He also made a really big save in that second period. Let's take a look at the Connexus save of the night. Puck goes off. Fortin, big rebound, but he's there to make the save with his blocker, keeping that one out of the net. Keeping this, it was big save there, a big moment in that second period. Dimitri Fortin coming across, making a big stop for the Blazers, or on the Blazers for the Warriors. That was one of his 40 saves on the night in just his second loss of the season for the Warriors. 17-year-old netminder played a strong game here between the pipes for Moose Jaw tonight, but comes away with the loss, does Dimitri Fortin. We'll take a quick break and hopefully catch up with Warriors head coach Mark O'Leary after the break, coming up on IKS Media Warriors Live.
Hit the road, Sask, and always come back to see more and more and more and more. Hit the road, Sask, and always come back to see more. Hit the road, Sask, and always come back to see more and more and more and more. Hit the road, Sask, and always come back to see more. And more and more and more and more and more. And more and more and more and more and more and more and more. Yeah!
Welcome back into the Moose Jaw events. They're going through the Warriors' 5-3 loss here to the Kamloops Blazers tonight to wrap up the home schedule for the first half. Warriors will finish up the first half in Brandon tomorrow and then head out for the Christmas break. We're still waiting to hear from Warriors head coach Mark O'Leary. We'll take a look at the SAS Lotteries out-of-town scoreboard while we wait. And we'll start in the Western Hockey League, where there was 9 games in total. In Prince Albert, the Kelowna Rockets are up 3-2 on the Raiders. That game late in the third period, about 5 minutes left there in the third in that one. In Calgary, the Hitmen are up 4-3 on the Medicine Hat Tigers after scoring 3 goals in the first period. They lead that one 4-3 late in the second period. The Lethbridge Hurricanes and Regina Pats. Regina out to a 3-1 lead on the Hurricanes. That game late in the second period as well. And after 2 periods in Edmonton, the Swift Current Broncos have a 5-3 lead on the Oil Kings. Moving over into the Western Conference, the Prince George Cougars out in front 2-0 against the Wenatchee Wild. 2 goals in that first period for Prince George, and they lead. No score between Seattle and Vancouver. That game also late in the first period. Portland has a 2-1 lead on Spokane late in the first period. And the Victoria Royals have a 1-0 lead on the Tri-City Americans. That game also late in the first period of play. Moving over to the NHL, a 6-game slate in the National Hockey League tonight. Just one Canadian team in action. We'll start with the Rangers and Ducks. Rangers pick up a 5-1 win over the Ducks. That game in the books there in New York. The Nashville Predators knock off the Carolina Hurricanes coming from behind, and that one to win 6-5 in overtime. The Boston Bruins also come from behind and win 5-4 in a shootout over the New York Islanders. The only Canadian team in action, the Ottawa Senators, they were leading for most of this game, but the Dallas Stars have come back and they lead 5-4 late in the third period. Arizona Coyotes have a 1-0 lead on the San Jose Sharks. That game late in the first period as well. And no score between the Buffalo Sabres and Vegas Golden Knights. That game late in the first period there in Vegas. They're just getting underway there for the late game on the night. So we'll keep you up to date, or you can stay up to date with the scores at NHL.com and WHL.ca throughout the night. So let's head down now to the Warriors locker room, where I'm being joined by head coach Marc O'Leary after tonight's game. And Coach, another night where you guys were able to generate a lot of chances, and just seems like the luck isn't on this team's side right now. I guess your thoughts after this loss for the team?
Yeah, I thought we certainly didn't get any bounces, but at the same time, I think we have to do our part to make our own. I thought early on in the game we struggled to execute on breakouts and simple transitions, and it ended up in too much time in the D zone. And when that happens, you're bound to run into some bad bounces. But it was a game that I thought the effort, the compete was there, and it's like quicksand right now when you've lost games and things aren't going real well. Sometimes it feels like the harder you try, the worse things get. And I feel for some of those guys out there, but who's going to feel sorry for us? We just need to pick ourselves up and go back at it again.
Is that kind of the message to the team? Is just kind of don't dwell on this and try to keep pushing, and eventually the breaks will come?
Yeah, when March rolls around, it's about how we're playing then. These points are important right now, but nobody will be worried about a losing streak or what was happening on December 15th. It's about finding our game in a hurry here, feeling good about what we're doing, and just trusting the process that if the effort, the compete is there, we're playing with structure. Eventually the bounces will switch and we'll be okay. But there's lots we can clean up, and we'll get another shot at it tomorrow.
Bright spot was Dimitri Fortin. How much has he grown over the course of this first half? He hasn't seen a ton of action, but seems like he's getting more comfortable between the pipes every time he's out there.
Yeah, for any young player, especially for a goaltender, the practices are the most important thing. And Dimitri, he shows up ready to practice. He competes every day. He listens. He's coachable, and when you do those things, you're bound to improve. And he's a better goaltender now than he was in September, and that's all you can ask. And I thought he did a great job tonight and gave us a chance for sure.
You guys have a tough test tomorrow in Brandon. How important is the start going to be against the Wheat Kings to make sure you guys get the legs under you early?
Yeah, start will be important. I think, more importantly, just our start with the puck, managing pucks and doing things firm and being sure about what we're doing. If you make hope plays, especially in the red zone, Brandon transitions the puck so fast and a lot of odd man rushes. So we'll need to be ready. I know we will be, and execute early, and we'll give ourselves a chance.
Awesome. Well, thank you for joining me, and good luck in Brandon tomorrow night.
Thanks, Mark.
Thank you to Warriors head coach Marc O'Leary for joining us here on the post-game show. Warriors dropping this one to the Kamloops Blazer. We'll look to bounce back in Brandon tomorrow night. The next time we'll be on the air for IKS Media Warriors Live will be on December 29th when the Warriors return from the Christmas break for a battle against the rival Regina Pats here in downtown Moose Jaw. So for all of us here at IKS Media Warriors Live, have a happy holidays and a Merry Christmas, and we'll be back when the Warriors take on the Pats, but the Warriors falling 5-3 here tonight on IKS Media Warriors Live.